Hi, I'm Zeke Callan with a quick forecast. Well, it was a beautiful day here in Oswego. We had pretty mild temperatures with not a lot of clouds in the sky, and we'll see those mild temps continue tomorrow with a little bit more cloud cover as we see a cold front move through on Thursday that'll bring us some downpours across the region. I'll also be talking about if we could see a dry weekend. It'll all come up in your full forecast. WPOT 10 Nightly News starts now.
Tonight, Election Day is only 4 weeks away. The races you should be watching.
Plus, how the Oswego State basketball team is partnering with the youth of the community.
And we'll take a look back at the life and legacy of Angela Lansbury.
It's Tuesday, October 11th. This is WTOP 10 Nightly News.
The midterm elections are now just 4 weeks away. Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley Jones.
And I'm Madeline Cummings, in for Emily tonight.
On November 8th, the country will head to the polls and vote in the midterm elections. Along with every House seat being up for re-election, New Yorkers will also be voting for a governor, a Senate seat, and various local elections.
According to polling, incumbent Governor Kathy Hochul is ahead at 52.4%, with her opponent Lee Zeldin trailing at 38.4%.
At the Senate race, incumbent Chuck Schumer is polling at 54.8%, with his opponent Joe Pinean at 33.6%.
And here in the newly redrawn 24th Congressional District, Republican Congressman Claudia Tenney will face off against Democrat Matt Castelli. WTOP 10 will have full coverage leading up to and on election night, November 8th, starting at 9:30 p.m.
The New York State Department of Motor Vehicles has a new policy for those with peeling license plates that could end up saving you money. Anyone with peeling license plate that can get the next available standard license plate free of charge, but only if you don't mind getting a new plate number. The DMV will not be taking plates with naturally aging cracks. You can email the New York State DMV for more information.
We've been following the new Micron plant coming to Clay, New York. The plant will not only bring new jobs to the area, but also give students new opportunities. Micron has worked with colleges in the past, and the new facility will create new student employment opportunities for schools, including Clarkson University. Clarkson Dean of Engineering, William Jameson, says that it is wonderful that companies are bringing manufacturing back to the States.
Syracuse Mayor Ben Walsh announced on social media today that he has tested positive for COVID-19. He reported he's feeling mild symptoms and that he will be isolating himself for the rest of the week. The mayor used this opportunity to take to Twitter, urging others to make sure they are up to date on their own COVID vaccinations and boosters.
The Safe Haven Museum celebrates its reopening with new and improved exhibits. Last Sunday, a ribbon cutting marked the reopening of the museum after a $100,000 renovation. Safe Haven is dedicated to remembering the stories of Fort Ontario's 982 World War II refugees. For more information on the museum, its hours, or ticket prices, go to safehavenmuseum.com. SUNY Oswego is hosting a multimedia dance show titled Weight of the Water. The show will explore ways that local bodies of water impact the community. It will include dance, video projection, poetry, live interactive electronic music, and a 7-foot musical wheel. The free performance will be held in Tyler Hall's Waterman Theater at 7:30 on October 21st.
Oswego Mayor Billy Barlow announced on Twitter that with the help of the SUNY Oswego's men's basketball team, the city will be sponsoring a youth basketball night. The night will take place on January 6th and open to the first 100 kids that arrive. All kids must be accompanied by an adult and will receive a free t-shirt as well as free admission to the game. Adult tickets will be $6. We've had a couple gorgeous nights here in Oswego.
Zeke, is the nice weather here to stay?
The nice weather will be here to stay, at least for tomorrow, as the high pressure system kind of drifts across us towards the east. But we'll see a cold front move into the region, which will bring us some downpours on Thursday. I'll have that coming up in the full forecast after the break. Guys.
Thanks, Zeke. Coming up, one national monument is reopening after 2 years. We'll tell you where.
And we have all the latest updates with the Russia-Ukraine war. WTOP News will return after the break.
Now it is time for Black
Card
Card Revolt.
revoke.
Like, what's this apology about now?
At least that's what I feel like. I don't know. I thought it was cute. You know?
I thought it was too.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so what about this black lace ensemble? You did a little song.
Yeah, I see it.
You did a little something.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm gonna figure it out though. But it won't
Breathe for the flag.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Megan.
And I'm Donna.
And this is the Sunset Show. Grab your low-rise jeans because we're taking it back to the 2000s.
Let's go, girls.
Uggs and low-rise jeans.
Together.
One of the boys, boy.
Sorry, it's my agent. He told me that you're canceled.
Shebangy.
Welcome back to the Kind of Lake Show, where we talk about anything and everything going on in our lives and yours.
Well, my birthday was November 13th, so it's been quite some time.
I think at the end we saw him get up.
I get that.
He's a winner, and I did bring you sweater for everyone.
There you go!
I know your dreams.
You started the paper throwing, just the immaturity. You lost before you even argued. Pretty insane that the Clippers, 10 of the last 11 postseasons, they're in there.
Hey, Zeke Callan here with your Storm Team 10 weather forecast. And it was a beautiful day today. Here in Oswego, we got up to 67 degrees, but I can assure you it felt a lot warmer with that sun out. And tonight we're looking at that beautiful waning gibbous moon after it went into that Hunter's full moon a few days ago. The moon was really pretty. And tomorrow sunrise at 7. The record high for today was 85 degrees, so we didn't quite get up there, but it was a really nice day out. And looking at the lows tonight, it's going to stay kind of warm across the region. Hudson Valley over there is still a little bit cooler in the 40s, but Buffalo is standing at 54. Oswego, we're going to be a little bit cooler at 48. And Syracuse at 50 degrees. Cortland's a little bit cooler there in the valley. Tomorrow, we are going to stay with those mild temperatures. Chilly in the morning again, but clouds also coming in with some warmer temperatures, and it's also going to be breezy. So not as great as today, but still pretty warm for fall. And looking at our weather setup on Thursday, we're going to have this low pressure system coming in with a cold front, and that's going to bring us some widespread rain across the region. Up to 1 inches to 2 inches in some places, especially on the Tug Hill Plateau. So definitely keep an eye on that on Thursday. It's going to be a little bit cooler on Thursday. We're going to see some even cooler temperatures going into the weekend with some showers in some places in the morning on Friday, otherwise sun and clouds. Saturday, we're going to be looking at mostly sunny skies. So a dry start to the weekend, but Sunday we are looking at some showers. And we are even tracking a potential for the first snow of the winter next week on Tuesday. So we'll keep you updated on that as we get further and closer to that day. Back to you guys at the desk.
Hurricane Julia is hitting El Salvador harder than expected. With damaged homes and flooded streets, the hurricane is taking a toll on the country. Over 1,000 people are currently displaced in shelter housing until the storm passes. According to the Civil Protection Agency, the death toll in El Salvador has risen to 10 people. This brings the death toll across Central America to 27.
On Tuesday, the U.S. Justice Department urged the Supreme Court to stay out of the Mar-a-Lago documents dispute. Last week, former President Trump requested that the High Court intervene in the fight over the seized documents. If that happens, it could lead to his team being able to examine the records and argue what should be off limits to prosecutors in the criminal case. The court is set to decide in the coming days.
Russian President Vladimir Putin is threatening more attacks on Ukraine after firing continuous deadly strikes across the war-torn country.
Ivan Rodriguez has the latest on the conflict.
Massive explosions rocking power lines in Dnipro, Ukraine, sending debris raining down on top of drivers frozen in their tracks. In Zaporizhia, flames raged from the rubble of an apartment building, reduced to ruins after strikes from Russian rockets. And unsettling images reveal children's playground equipment among smoldering scorched earth. These are just a few of the lethal attacks unleashed across Ukraine by Russian forces targeting power plants, bridges, and other infrastructure, the heaviest since Russia began its invasion of Ukraine.
They're trying to spread chaos and panic. They want to annihilate our energy supplies. They're hopeless. Their second target is our people. They specifically selected this time in order to hit us the hardest.
Russia says the attacks are in response to the bombing of the Kerch Bridge linking Russia and Crimea on Saturday. Kyiv has not claimed responsibility for that blast.
All assigned targets are hit.
A senior Biden administration official says the White House is closely monitoring the attacks and finds them troubling.
We're in touch almost daily with the Ukrainians, and we're going to continue to provide them security assistance.
I'm Ivan Rodriguez reporting.
For the first time in 2 years, tourists can once again visit the top of the Statue of Liberty. The National Park Service reopened the crown portion of the statue today. This iconic New York attraction was closed off at the start of the pandemic in 2020 and is finally open again through the months of careful consideration.
Award-winning actress and singer Angela Lansbury has passed away at the age of 96. Lansbury took part in countless iconic movies and series, including Murder, She Wrote, Gaslight, Bedknobs and Broomsticks, Beauty and the Beast, and Nanny McPhee. She also performed in several Broadway musicals, earning her 5 Tony Awards throughout her career. Her children released a statement saying that they are sad to announce that their mother died peacefully in her sleep at her home in Los Angeles, just 5 days shy of her 97th birthday. She will definitely be missed.
Coming up, for the first time, children will be screened for something new at the doctor's office.
And Hidden Valley Ranch has new products. We'll tell you what they are after the break.
Only on WTOP.
All right, that was solid. Strong word.
DeCarlo on the rebound! Alex DeCarlo!
Yeah, it's been a wild game so far. A lot of high scoring, so definitely tighten it up and play out that full 60 minutes.
Welcome back to the best show on WTOP 10, out on our own Oswego.
Did you hear that Bad Bunny's going to be in Canada over spring break, you know?
I heard that one.
Drink coffee. The week.
Oh my God.
Roll it.
The Kinda Late Show with Chloe and Anna. Like licorice, Twizzlers, absolutely nasty.
The thought of turkey is just nauseating.
I think you're wrong, is what I think.
You think I'm wrong a lot of times.
I do think you're wrong a lot.
Hey everyone, I'm Austin.
And I'm Haley, and we're from Vote Oswego.
October 14th is the deadline to register to vote in this year's midterm election on Tuesday, November 8th.
Go to voteoswego.turbovote.org to register to vote, request your absentee ballot, and get more information about this year's election.
Your vote counts.
That was a message from our good friends over at Vote Oswego.
Yup, don't forget that this Friday is the deadline to register to vote. Vote Oswego will be tabling across campus the next few days.
Very important stuff. Now, let's take a look at your health and consumer update. The U.S. Preventative Service Task Force is now recommending that pediatricians should screen for anxiety in kids 8 and older. The task force also urges screening for depression children 12 and older. These recommendations apply to children who do not have diagnosed mental health condition. The task force says that this is the very good news because most psychiatric disorders, including anxiety disorders, begin during childhood.
The Supreme Court has yet to weigh into the debate as to whether or not unborn babies have constitutional rights. The case was brought up with a lawsuit against Rhode Island earlier in May regarding clarification of the debate, but was dismissed on account of Roe v. Wade. However, with the landmark case being overturned, the court is being asked to take on the issue once again. The court has yet to state its reason for staying out of the debate.
A recent survey says that millions of middle schoolers and high schoolers are using e-cigarettes this year.
In today's Health Minute, Mandy Gaither talks to tobacco-free advocates about what needs to happen to keep kids safe.
It's a potentially dangerous problem plaguing kids. More than 2.5 million middle and high school students in the U.S. reported using e-cigarettes this year, according to data from the CDC and FDA.
Kids aren't just experimenting with e-cigarettes. They're using them all the time.
Not only is nicotine found in many e-cigarettes addictive, but it can also affect a developing brain, which can impact attention, memory, and learning, says Vince Wilmore with the Campaign for Tobacco-Free Kids.
Many of the e-cigarettes on the market right now deliver huge doses of nicotine. Some of them deliver as much nicotine as a pack of 20 cigarettes.
According to the 2022 National Youth Tobacco Survey, nearly 85% of current middle and high school users chose flavored products. Fruit was the top preferred flavor, followed by mint, menthol, and candy or other sweet flavors.
We need to clear the market of flavored products. But unfortunately, the FDA has missed deadline after deadline to protect our kids.
In a statement, the FDA says it's actively working to identify violations and to swiftly seek corrective actions, particularly for products popular among youth. The agency says it issued warning letters to some of the companies that sell the brand most commonly reported in the survey, adding that the products are being sold without marketing authorization. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
NASA is reporting that its DART mission last month was incredibly successful with its efforts to change the trajectory of an asteroid. The mission's goal was to crash into the asteroid Deiformos in order to change its speed at which it revolves around another asteroid called Didymos. The goal was to make the asteroid's orbit 10 minutes shorter, and upon further analysis, its orbit was actually changed by 32 minutes, marking the first ever NASA mission for planetary defense as a success.
And check out this ranch-style house, and we mean ranch dressing. Hidden Valley Ranch unveiled their home collection this week. They have wallpaper that show their famous bottle and slices of pizza covered in ranch. And it isn't just wallpaper. They have a bed set, placemats, shower curtains, and even a $10,000 sofa. The new dressing-inspired design is called Maximalism.
Tommy Tallarino is here now with everything you need to know about Lakers sports and beyond.
Thomas, how are you doing tonight?
I'm good, guys. Thanks for checking in. When we come back, we take a look at the SUNYAC soccer matchups for tomorrow night, and it's time for some MLB playoffs. All this and more on WTOP 10 News. And then I just need your eye.
Oh, yeah.
This job looks perfect. It says you need a high school diploma. You've got one of those, right?
Skip the drama. Get your diploma.
I got that.
Find free adult education classes at finishyourdiploma.org.
Major Discussions is the new show that explores the stories of students right here on campus. I personally came here to SUNY Oswego for the broadcasting program because I love to hear people's stories and to do work just like this.
Welcome back to WTOP 10 Nightly News. I'm Tommy Tellerino with your Tuesday night sports report. Starting off with some Lakers sports, tomorrow night the Oswego State women's soccer team takes on the Buffalo State Bengals at Laker Turf. The Lakers are coming off a 2-0 loss to Plattsburgh this weekend. Even with the loss, they're still having their best season since 2015 and look to get their 8th win of the season. As for the Bengals, though, they are also coming off a 1-4 loss to Cortland and look to get back into 6th place in the conference. Can the Lakers extend their 4-game win streak against Buffalo State? Tune in and find out tomorrow night. This is not the only soccer matchup, though, between these two schools, as the Oswego men's soccer team travels to Buffalo State tomorrow night. These two teams are looking to make a playoff push with the regular season winding down. Right now, Oswego is 6th in the conference with 5 points, and Buffalo is right behind them in 9th place with 4 points. With a win for the Lakers, they have a chance to move up into 5th place in the SUNYAC, jumping over Oneonta. This is a must-win for both teams if they want to make it to the SUNYAC playoffs, since it's only top 6 teams advancing. The action kicks off at 4 tomorrow night. Over to the world of professional sports. The MLB divisional playoff round starts up today, and the defending champs, the Atlanta Braves, welcome the Philadelphia Phillies for the first game of the NLDS. The Phillies walked into Atlanta and stole Game 1 with a final score of 7-6. The Fighting Phils were led by left fielder Nick Castellanos, who had 3 hits and 3 RBIs. It was his first hits of the postseason after being hitless in the wild card series. These two teams will face off again tomorrow night with Zach Wheeler throwing for Philly and Kyle Wright for Atlanta. First pitch is scheduled for 4:35. Don't miss it. Back over to New York now, as the New York Yankees will welcome the Cleveland Guardians for their first playoff game of the year. The Bronx Bombers have dominated this season matchup, winning 5 out of the 6 games against them. And they look to use that hot streak at the end of the year as momentum to start the playoffs. As for the Guardians, though, they come in sweeping the wild card series against the Rays, but only scoring 3 runs in 2 games. On the mound for Game 1 will be Garrett Cole for the Yankees and Cal Quantrill for the Guardians. This game is live right now with a score of 1-1 in the bottom of the 6th. We're moving over to some Monday Night Football, though, as we got Kansas City taking on the Raiders. How is this divisional game going to turn out? Let's see. Early in the first, Derek Carr, he's going to air this one out. It's going over to Devontae Adams for 58 yards. It's going to be a touchdown. That's going to be his 4th TD on the year, making him top 2 in receiving touchdowns. Later on in the first half, though, Patrick Mahomes, he's going to find Travis Kelce. That's number 1 on the night. Travis Kelce, first touchdown. We're going to be seeing a lot more of him here. We're going to move all the way to the third now. Mahomes, he's going to find Kels again. Second touchdown on the night. That's a 4-yard TD right there. We got plenty more to come. Kels, again, he's going to get this 8-yard pass. He's going to find the end zone after Patrick Mahomes scrambles. Travis Kelce is that guy tonight. He makes the plays everywhere. He's doing his thing right now. Mahomes finds him again in the fourth. Kelce, 4 TDs on the night. 4. That is amazing for him. 7 touchdowns on the year. Raiders are going to try to get back into this one. It's a 30-22 game right now. Adams finds another touchdown, but they're going to go for 2. And Josh Jacobs does not get in. The 2-point conversion is unsuccessful. Chiefs win this one 30-29, and they will take on Buffalo next week. As the Raiders, though, they're going into bye week 1-4 and look to clean things up. Josh McDaniels may not have a job later on this season. Stick around. We'll be right back after the break.
Athletics. Aaron, there were 6 big points. This is the one you've been waiting for. This group has never beaten Cortland.
Getting started with some men's soccer as the Lakers had 2 conference matchups for
half of the Lakers' goals this entire season.
Offense is key. You talked all about scoring goals.
Good evening and welcome to WTOP 10 Nightly News.
For the governor race with a strong lead, former Governor Andrew Cuomo is...
Barlow announced the completion of a large building mural in downtown Oswego.
The renovations on the Hewitt Union Building, turning it into the new Hewitt Hall.
And as we move into tomorrow, that rain is going to be in our area.
Moving to the Diamond now, as Sweet Caroline got a lot sweeter last night.
Life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
We've been marinating chicken in all sorts of liquids for 24 hours. These are vitamins and minerals and things that we need, nutrients. The chicken speedy is a staple of our culture.
Before we go tonight, we wanted to give you a look at a film from the Oswego Film Club.
The screening will be on October 22nd at 2 p.m. Let's take a look. That's a pretty scary movie. Do you guys like scary movies?
I'm kind of a fan, but that looks pretty freaky.
It does. What's your favorite?
I like Scream, the classics.
Scream. Okay. How about you?
I'm a Halloween guy.
Okay. Halloween's fun. It's one of my favorite holidays. Do you have any plans? Are you dressing up at all?
I got something in the works right now. I don't know what yet, though.
Nice. How about you guys?
I'm more of a Snoopy Halloween kind of guy. I'm not a really scary movie kind of guy.
No, that's fair.
Yeah, I'm kind of a baby about the scary movies, if I'm going to be honest.
Well, that's our report for tonight. Be sure to stay tuned for major discussions.
From all of us here at WTOP 10, thank you for watching and good night.